All right, today we're looking at section 9.4 prep, getting ready for properties of logarithms. The first problem we have y to the negative second power times y to the fifth times y to the second. Property of exponent says if the base is the same, which is the bottom, which in this case is the y, then when you're multiplying those, you're going to add the exponents. So basically, this is saying, and I'll just put the positive first, this is y to the fifth plus the second, and then I would say plus a negative 2, which is the same as minus 2. Positive and negative 2 will cancel each other out, and that will just give us y to the fifth. Okay. Now you can, when we'll learn a negative exponent can be moved to the bottom. You also learn that division wants you to subtract when you have the same base. Number 2, we have y to the negative second power times y to the seventh divided by y to the fourth. So here we have division, so the same thing when you have multiplication, same base, you add the exponents. When you have the same base and you're dividing, you're going to subtract. So we'll rewrite this one as y to the seventh, and then I'm just going to say minus 2 because of the negative 2, and then because of division by 4, we're also going to subtract 4. So 7 minus 2 is 5, and then 5 minus 4 is 1. So we just get y. You don't have to write the 1, it's understood. Number 3, we have negative 4 times x to the fifth, and then times y to the negative third, and then this is all raised to the third power. Well, when you have exponents and you're raising it to a power, we're going to use the distributive property. Now the 4 is also included, and it has an understood exponent of a 1. This 3 is going to get multiplied times each exponent, and then we'll write them all as positive. So this is equal to negative 4 raised to the third x 5 times 3, and then y negative 3 times 3. Now 4 to the third, I have the power table open. Remember, you can just Google search power table. And so we have 4 raised to the third power is 64. Now since it's odd, it's negative times a negative, which is positive, and then times a third negative, which is going to make it negative again. So this will give us a negative 64. 5 times 3, x to the 15th, and then negative 3 times 3, this is y to the negative 9th. Now with negative exponents, we move them in the opposite location. So if it's in the top, we move it down. If it's in the bottom, we move it up, because we want to end the problem with positive exponents. Make sure you don't confuse that with just a regular negative number. So the final answer, we would have a negative 64 x to the 15th. All of this is on the top. On the bottom, we're going to move the y to the 9th down, and that negative now becomes positive.